Hello, I am being guided to make a video. Not how they used to come through, but it's just like I'm getting this need to make a video. So I'm gonna go with it. Oh my god, fucking hell. Man, my vibe. Like, I totally lost my vibe for a while. Like, I keep trying to get back onto the love vibe, but it's been all over the place, and I'm like, fucking hell. Oh god, it's definitely been a crazy few weeks and that, but I've learned a lot. And I think if you can walk away from situations and having learned something from what you've been through, then like it hasn't happened for no reason. You know, it's like at the moment I'm just really happy in my own space. Like, I just feel really happy in my own space, you know, because I find when people come into your space, they kind of project onto you, you know, and if they're having like negative thoughts about you and negative feelings about you, and that they project that onto you, and that kind of like drags you down a bit, you know. So it's not been easy. I mean, look at that fucking nice spot I got there. Ooh, hot. Oh yeah. Yeah. But I'm chilling at home. And I've just been shopping and got food and stuff. So I'm cool. I was like, my money blocks have finally been removed. So I was just kind of like, you know, like, it's weird. Like, your abundance and that, like, it comes through in different ways. And sometimes you can't really see that it's there, because it may be like an abundance of what you need rather than what you want. So you'll have an abundance of issues, and you'll be like, how am I gonna fucking deal with this? What am I gonna do? You know, and you've got to kind of like, you know, I mean, I'm using my intuition a lot more now than I ever have been before. So that's made a big difference. Like, yeah, using my intuition rather than kind of going with my mind all the time, sort of like, you know, following my heart more, you know. But like, then sometimes I am going with my mind, and I'm like, you know. So it's like, I don't really know how to use it, but I'm learning, you know, I'm learning these intuitive gifts and stuff, you know, because I'm like new to all this and I don't really understand it. But I'm definitely seeing like big changes and stuff. Like the fluoride, I've stopped using fluoride, and I'm talking to Frankie, she's having a meltdown, my daughter, she's having a meltdown, and I'm telling her what she's thinking. And she's like, how are you so good at this? And I'm like, I'm psychic. It's funny because I met a psychic a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, oh my god, I would love to be that psychic. And now I'm like getting it, and I'm like, oh, sweet. Oh, it's so cool. It's so cool. But this is what they were showing me. This is what like they showed me in the visions during my awakening, like human evolution and that. So I'm like, oh my god, this is so cool. Like, you know, there's been times where I'm thinking everything's just gonna go back to normal, and I'm gonna like have this life where I'm never really happy and shit. And I'm like, yeah, but like all this stuff's happened, and I have to keep reminding myself like every day, you know, because I forget everything because of my fucking meds. So I have to keep fucking reminding myself and going over everything every day and reminding myself of like, you know, what I've been shown in my visions and everything like that, and all the synchronicities and things like that. So I'm constantly having to remind myself about stuff, and I'm like, fucking hell. No, it's like a full-time job. But it's fine, because when I'm in my own space, I have time to think and that. So I can just sit there and sort of like mull over everything and kind of like put my thoughts in the right place and stuff like that, you know? And just be like, right, okay, what they showed me is actually fucking happening. And it's weird because it was 3 days. It was 3 days of visions. I was in the hospital for 3 days. And they showed me moments in time. So they showed me all this stuff, and I'm just like, I could not understand it at that point. Like, I had no understanding of it, but I'm learning. Like, how to kind of interpret the visions and things like that, and I'm learning like a different way to see the world and see people and see souls. It's like, you know, having more of a connection with the person, you know, and rather than judging that person as soon as you meet them, see that this is a soul who has been on a journey and has had things happen in their life. Because I mean most people have had things happen in their life. They've had issues, they've had this, they've had that. I mean, that's why mental health is so talked about now, because most people have suffered at some point in their life in some way with something, you know, on some level, you know. And it's like, you know, just getting that understanding about how it's actually all kind of related and it's all connected to like your mental health. Your mental state is connected to how you feel, you know. So if you're like in a bad place and that, then you're gonna have like depression, and you're gonna have like things, and like shit's gonna happen to you. I mean, there's been times where I should be fucking happy, and I'm depressed, and I'm like, oh my god, what the hell? You know, what's going on with that? Seriously, why am I depressed? I should be happy. Like, I should be fucking happy. I still feel depressed, and I'm just like, you know. And then the other day, fucking hell, like, I didn't even know this was a thing. So I've started feeling down. And I've started feeling down. I don't even know why I'm down, but I'm just feeling down. I think my soul is fucking tired. Yeah. And so I've gone and sat down. And all around me are like happy people, and they're having a good time and that. And I'm like feeling down, but I'm also happy at the same time because all these people are happy. Like, how the hell can you feel two ways at once. How can you be happy because other people are happy, but then feel like shit yourself? How does that even work? You know? I don't know. Yeah, I'm learning more all the time. I mean, that's why I'm into all the spiritual stuff and like all the kind of like soul healing and things like that, you know, and it's like, you know, kind of wanting to work through your traumas and feeling for yourself and stuff like that, you know, just kind of having more compassion for yourself and what you've been through and shit, you know, and not blaming yourself and not blaming other people because it's all happened for a reason. You know, whether you understand the reason at the time, you know, maybe all of the shit that happens to you leads you to something better, you know? And it could well do. You know, so it's like, you know, always kind of keeping that positive mindset and everything like that. You know, like I'm going through a hard time, but this could be leading me somewhere a lot better. So, yeah. Yes. Very cool. Yeah. Yes. And I was like, I got my Coldplay addiction back again. Oh my god. What is with that? The universe has given me a Coldplay addiction. I'm like addicted to coffee. Fucking hell, I'm having like 10 cups a day. Vapes. I'm like vaping my little heart out. Like coffee just fucking relaxes me. I'm like, what the fuck? How does coffee relax people? I'm supposed to do the opposite. So, that's just weird. Yeah. But I've got my Coldplay addiction back again. And it's like, you know, I don't know if other people have experienced synchronicities. When you're thinking or feeling a certain way, and then a song will play, and it's like... What? It's like the perfect song for how you're fucking feeling. And you're just like, okay. Yeah. So, yeah, it's cool. Okay. Well, you never know. If the visions come true, I'll meet Chris Martin. That would be so cool. Just because the visions have come true and I've met Chris Martin. You know, no other reason, just because that's so cool. It's like, fucking hell, they showed me the future. Fuck, that's so cool. Yeah. But, yeah. I mean... being positive all the time when you're going through a hard time, you know, and that's where a lot of anxiety comes from, because I think a lot of people do kind of picture the worst in their minds when they're going through shit, and that's where a lot of anxiety comes from. I know that's where a lot of my anxiety came from, was picturing shit in my mind and like worrying about stuff that hadn't actually happened. And it's like, you know, you've gone from this to this to this to this to this to this to this, and you're still going. Like, how? Fucking hell. It's just been one thing after another, I swear. And like, fucking hell. But, I mean, I honestly thought I had chronic fatigue syndrome. I honestly thought I had chronic fatigue syndrome. I was so tired. And it's like, I'll get these moments, right, where I see the magic in the world. Like, the vibe will just be fucking amazing. And I'll be like, oh, this is so cool. Now then something will happen and I'm like, oh my god, this is shit. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm going through more shit. What the hell? Why do I want to go through more shit? Like, what the fuck? Man, like, give me a break. You know, but like I said, it all happened to a reason. I mean, there's a lot more to this than people can understand. You know, when you get into, like, the real workings of the universe and everything like that, like, you know, we've chosen to be here now. We've chosen to be here now. You know, we are these souls. We've had other lifetimes. I mean, I'm just going off what I was shown and told during my bloody awakening. You know, and you've got the laws of the universe, so you've got like cause and effect and karma and everything like that all playing out at the same time as well. So like your actions create like, you know, a reaction, and what you're putting out into the world, you know, is like what you're going to kind of like, you know, create for yourself and that, you know. So like, I mean, I don't know, maybe I'll have like some divine inspiration or something like that, and I'll invent something amazing and I'll be a millionaire. That could come out of nowhere. That thought for like this fucking groundbreaking invention or something like that could just come out of nowhere, because that's how it happens. You get this inspiration, you get this like in your head, and you're like, whoa, where did that come from? Like, where do all these thoughts come from? And that's what I've realized as well. Like, you know, it's like if you're trying to control things, you're better off going with the flow, because if you're trying to control things, then you're going to create resistance. But if you're actually going with the flow of what's happening and just being in that moment and trying to come from love, compassion, understanding and stuff like that, then your like reality is going to reflect that more to you than if you're coming out of hate, anger and like lower kind of emotions and stuff like that, you know, because that's going to create more issues and it's going to create drama and it's going to create problems. But if you're always just coming from a place of love, you know, and you're like, you can see the soul there in front of you, and you're like, right, okay, I've got this soul in front of me and they're doing this or they're doing that. How am I going to react to that? You know, it's taken me a while to get this down, because obviously I have triggers. I'm not like, fucking hell, I have triggers and stuff, and you know, like something will upset me and I'll get upset, and you know, because I you know, I'm like, fuck. And you know, it's like you feel like you've let yourself down and stuff like that, and you know, but you kind of had to go into that situation to even know that that was a trigger. And if that situation hadn't actually occurred, you wouldn't know that you had a trigger there and that you're reacting to how you're being triggered. You know, it's like when I'm on my own, I'm like so chilled. I am so chilled. I am like in a good space. I am just like fucking great. You know, but then somebody can come in and do something and it will upset me and I'll be upset, or I'll feel like shit, or you know, I'll have all these different emotions over what's happening and that, and it's like, you know, I just fucking have to kind of pray my way through everything, basically. Like, I've been asking the archangels, I call the archangels, I don't give a shit if people don't believe in angels, I do. So So I've been asking them for help and that, and it's made a huge impact to like what's going on in my head. You know, the fear, I've asked for my fears to be taken away. So I feel a lot better. You know, like, I just feel better in myself. You know, I'm feeling a lot more positive. I'm feeling a lot more happy. I'm like, yeah, you know, shit's happening. Yeah, we'll get through it somehow. We will get through it. You know, it's just like, but it's all meant to be happening. You know, it's all meant to be happening. So it's like, okay, this is all happening for a reason, and I can understand the reason because they showed me the future. So I'm like, right, okay, I totally understand why this is all happening the way it is, and that, you know, and, you know, just go with the flow, you know. Yeah, anyway, I'll leave it there. Okay, bye bye.